Hello and welcome to Enjoy English School.
欢迎来到 Enjoy 英语学院。
I'm Stevie.
And I'm Laurie.
Today and tomorrow, we are looking at our Just So You Know lesson, talking about the wonderful world of chocolate. Almost everybody loves chocolate. Not everybody, but most people.
Most people.
Yeah.
Yeah. 好，所以呢，今天跟明天2天的单元，我们要来看到的这篇文章，它中文的标题呢是糖衣包装的巧克力王国啊。那么呢，但是它的英文标题那个 wonderful 就是呢美好的啊，这个很棒的这个巧克力的世界呢，其实它有在隐喻。等一下，到时候呢，我们读了今天跟明天的文章，你会知道，其实它要告诉我们的是，巧克力有时候有些事情没有那么好。那到底是什么呢？我们来跟着 Stevie 老师一起读就知道了。
Okay, looking at our subtitle, it says, and this goes along with what you just said, chocolate is as sweet as it appears. Or is it? So this kind of means, chocolate is this wonderful thing just like we all think it is, or maybe not. Yeah.
所以才会这样子问啊。
Right.
所以呢，这个我们的副标题讲到说呢，巧克力就如同它看起来一样的甜啊，那么一样的甜美，或者是这样吗？这个意思。
Okay, let's look at the first paragraph. Chocolate seems to be everywhere nowadays. When we hear this word, nowadays, it just means now, modern times. Okay? So, yeah, there seems to be chocolate everywhere.
所以呢，一开始文章就讲到了，他说啊，在这个现今啊 nowadays， 那么巧克力看起来似乎叫 seems to be 这个看起来似乎呢到处都是，那意思就是无所不在了那这里的 seem 这个动词呢加上 to be 这是它常用的一个用法。那么或者是呢这个 seem 的后面呢如果你用 it 当主词开头 it seems 的话，常常后面会接 that 子句或者是 as if 的子句，也可以用在这个动词上面。
A lot of students might not know that just even 30 years ago, chocolate was not super common in Taiwan. You didn't see a lot. They had it, but not a lot. And, 40, 50 years ago, almost never. So now you can go to a store and just buy chocolate anywhere, all kinds of chocolate, European chocolate, Japanese, American, Taiwanese chocolate they have now. It was not common. That's why we say nowadays it's everywhere. Before, it wasn't.
所以呢 Stevie 老师在讲到说这个之前这个30-40年前 或者50年前的时候，其实巧克力并没有那么的普遍并不像现在你随便走进一家店你就可以买到，而且是一大堆不同的巧克力，非常多种。
In Taiwan.
在台湾的话是这样的一个状况。
Okay, but now we see the next sentence. Nearly every convenience store sells a huge variety of chocolate treats, from chocolate bars to chocolate ice cream. Nearly every convenience store, almost every convenience store, sells a huge variety, a lot of chocolate, okay? Many kinds of chocolate. And then they give you an example. From chocolate bars, we could call those candy bars, to chocolate ice cream. You can get chocolate coffee now. You can get hot chocolate. You can get all kinds of things.
好，所以呢，接下来这一句讲到说，那么几乎这个每一家的这个便利商店呢，都卖着从这是我们会跳到后面那个 from A to B 表达范围的，从呢巧克力棒到呢这个巧克力冰淇淋这样子呢，这个各式各样的这个巧克力的点心。那这里的 a huge variety of， 本来 a variety of 就是指种种的各式各样的的意思了。那你在前面你可以加一个 huge， 或者你也可以加一个 wide W-I-D-E a wide variety of， 或者呢你也可以加一个 a large variety of， 指的都是各式各样的很多种的这样的巧克力呢，其实几乎在每一家便利商店都有。
Chocolate has also been a beloved snack throughout history. Okay, chocolate has also been a beloved snack. This just means a snack that people really love. Okay, they have liked it, they've loved it for a long time, and it's been popular throughout history. This means for many years and back into history.
所以呢，接下来这句讲到说我们会先跳到尾巴去翻就是呢，这个从古至今的概念啦自始至终嘛。那么从古至今呢，这个巧克力一直都是一款呢，这个深深受到人喜爱的，这个叫 beloved 受到人喜爱的这个点心。
Did you know that Napoleon always carried some chocolate around to boost his energy? So this is giving you a little lesson from history. Did you know that Napoleon, he always carried some chocolate with him? He carried it around to boost his energy, to give him more energy. Chocolate, back then, a piece of chocolate was like energy drinks today. Like, oh, I'm tired. I'll have some chocolate.
That's true.
Yeah.
And it works for me too.
It works for you too?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
好，所以呢，接下来这一句他讲到说，那你知不知道拿破仑他总是呢带着一些巧克力在身边在手边来呢这个增进，来提高来增加他的这个能量这里的这个就等于是他的精力的意思啦那么 boost 的话，这个动词就是指增进、提高的意思。
Okay, we'll take a quick break right here, and we'll come back and look at the next paragraph. All right, looking at the next paragraph, it says, chocolate is even featured in books. When we say something is featured, that means it's a big part. It's a big part of it, or it's especially talking about that type of thing, I should say. We'll translate it, and then I'll give some examples.
好，所以呢，这句话呢就来讲到说了，巧克力甚至呢在书本中呢也这个担任要角这里我们刚刚有讲到 feature 这个字，它当动词用的时候，它指的呢就是可以指这个占有非常重要的部分有重要的地位，就像刚刚 Steve 老师讲的。所以这里的话呢 be featured in books 就是在书里头也占有重要的地位，那表示是这个巧克力这个可能是以它为主题的书的这种感觉。
And when we say it's featured, that means maybe the whole book is not all chocolate, but it's like one of the important things. For instance, there are a lot of foods, even salty foods, what we call savory, S-A-V-O-R-Y. They're salty, 是咸的, but they have chocolate in them. And it adds a different flavor to... So maybe you have a chocolate cookbook, but it's not all chocolate desserts. Maybe there are a lot of other things in it that feature chocolate in them. So it doesn't mean it's all that. It means it's an important part of it.
所以呢，这个刚刚补充的地方是讲到说，那么如果当你用到 be featured in books 的时候呢，在这个书里头表示这个巧克力它是一个要角，它担任重要的部分，但不代表整本书都在讲巧克力这个是 Stevie 老师要提醒大家的。
Perhaps or maybe the most memorable chocolate-themed book is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory by British writer Roald Dahl. So the most memorable, the one that we might remember or think about the most when it comes to a chocolate-themed book is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And yes, that book has been very popular for many, many years, and they've even made, I think, 2 movies now, maybe 3. I think 2.
About it.
Yeah.
所以呢，接下来他讲到说了，那么呢，也许啊，这个最令人难忘的叫 the most memorable 最令人记住、最令人难忘的呢，这个巧克力主题的书这里呢 theme 是主题的意思。巧克力主题的书呢，恐怕就是呢由英国的作家这个罗尔达·达尔他所写的这本这个巧克力冒险工厂了。
That name sounds hard to say in Chinese. The author's name?
对，蛮难的。
Okay, so in this book, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, a young boy named Charlie finds a golden ticket inside a chocolate bar wrapper. So this is pretty easy. In the book, a kid, his name is Charlie. He finds a golden ticket inside the chocolate bar wrapper. So was it inside the chocolate bar? No, it was in the packaging, the wrapping.
所以呢，接下来这句讲到，在这本书里头呢，一位名叫做查理的这个小男孩，他呢，在这个巧克力棒的这个包装纸里头发现了一张这个 golden ticket 我们中文翻成金奖券。
The ticket enables him...along with 4 other lucky children, to enter Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. So this ticket enables him. It allows him to do something. Okay, it lets him do something. What does it allow him to do? It allows him to enter Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, which was very mysterious in this book, with 4 other lucky kids.
所以呢，接下来讲到，而这张奖券这张券呢，它呢 enable somebody to do something 的时候，这个固定用法就是让 somebody 得以去做这个 something 所以它这个让谁呢？让他逗号后面连同 along with 是连同呢4个其他幸运的孩子们呢，一起呢得以进入威利旺卡的这个巧克力工厂。
Willy Wonka is a peculiar and mysterious person. When we say somebody's personality is peculiar, it means it's a little strange. It's a little weird, okay? He has kind of a weird personality, and he's mysterious. And his factory has been closed to visitors, to outside people, for years, for a long time.
所以呢，接下来他讲到说呢，这个威利旺卡呢，他是一个奇特而且呢这个谜样的这个人而且他的工厂呢，多年来一直呢是这个谢绝参观的。当你对这个访客关闭，那意思就是谢绝参观，不开放的意思。
Therefore, Charlie has no idea what he's in for when he enters the factory.So because Willy Wonka is strange and mysterious and the factory hasn't been open to outside visitors for many years, so because of this, Charlie has no idea what he's in for, what he's going to see, what will happen when he goes into the factory.
所以呢，这一段的最后一句讲到说，因此查理呢，他 has no idea， 就是完全呢没有概念，完全不知道 what he's in for， 是他呢将面对到什么，他将会遇到什么，这个是 be in for 这个片语。那么呢，当他进入工厂的时候，所以换言之，他完全不知道他进入工厂的时候会看到什么。
We'll take a quick break right here and come back with the last paragraph.So looking at our last paragraph, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory has some dark and scary elements in it. And unfortunately, so does the production of chocolate in the real world. So this says, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, this book, it has some dark and scary elements in it. When we talk about elements, we're talking about parts of the book.Are dark and scary. It means it's not just a happy kid's story. There are some things You know, there's the weird little men inside called the Oompa Loompas who, you know, people get almost drowned in chocolate, or a little girl gets sucked up into a gum machine, she eats this blueberry gum. She turns into a blueberry, and they have to squeeze her, and, you know, there's a weird story. It's really a weird story. And it says, so there are some dark and scary parts. And unluckily, there are some problems in the real world of chocolate making or the production of chocolate.
所以接下来呢，就讲到说巧克力冒险工厂啊，它有着一些呢这个 dark 黑暗，还有呢 scary 就是呢这个可怕的 elements 是元素的意思，所以刚刚 Stevie 老师讲到等于 parts 那么在这本书里头有着一些黑暗跟可怕的元素在内。而且呢，很不幸的是 unfortunately 很不幸的是呢 so 也是一样，什么也是一样呢 does 后面告诉我们，在现实世界里头，巧克力的生产，巧克力的制成呢，也是这样。
Much of the world's cocoa, the main ingredient in chocolate, is produced by kids working in dangerous conditions on cocoa farms.So much of the world's cocoa, a lot of. And in this says a lot of. I've heard that it's most, but this says a lot of. The main cocoa. Here in your head, you could say, which is the main ingredient in chocolate? Real chocolate is mostly cocoa butter, and sugar. That's really what real chocolate is. So it's the main ingredient in chocolate. And cocoa is produced by kids. These kids are working in dangerous conditions on cocoa farms. They work on cocoa farms, and their work and the conditions that they live in and work in are dangerous, not very safe.
所以接下来这一句讲到说，那么这个世界上绝大多数的可可逗号的后面，也就是巧克力的这个主要原料呢在一个逗号，是由这个在可可农场里头这种危险的环境下所工作的孩童们来生产出来的。
And the last sentence leaves you with a question. What do you think can be done to help them? What can be done?In other words, what can we do to help stop this, to help these kids?
没错，所以最后一句呢，这个作者呢，他以一个问题来遗留下来。他说：“那么你认为有什么是可以呢被做的来帮助他们吗？”这个是直译因为 can be done， 这个是有什么可以被做来帮助他们的呢？
Okay, this is the end of our article.But we are going to have a very quick review. Looking at our article for this review, we saw a sentence that said Willy Wonka is a peculiar and mysterious person. It was part of a sentence. And I mentioned that...peculiar also means strange or weird. Now, peculiar is a word that we don't see it in modern English very often. It's not as common. 不完全没有, but we don't really see it very often. And to say that somebody has a strange personality or a weird personality sounds kind of rude. So there is another word...that people use now for this type of thing. We will say that person is very eccentric. Eccentric. E-C-C-E-N-T-R-I-C. So peculiar, weird, strange. But a nice way to say that someone has like a little bit of a weird personality is to say they are eccentric.
所以这里的话呢 Stevie 老师帮我们补充了这个字是指古怪的、怪异的，但是就像他讲的，是用一种比较好听的方式来表达，你就可以用这个字了
Yeah. Like maybe in Chinese you would say, 他是那种艺术家的古怪，他的个性比较 特别. Okay, that's what you might say in Chinese, right? Oh, they've got a special personality. In English, we would say, very talented, amazing artist, but he has a very eccentric personality. We wouldn't say peculiar so much now. That's a little bit of an older word. So eccentric is a great word for kids to know.
OK, 所以呢，如果你想要讲人家怪怪的，但是你又不希望讲得很难听，你就可以用这个字了。
Like Laurie, she's a little eccentric.
A little?
So am I. That's all the time we have today. Bye-bye.